No, I think it's actually good here. Fights are kind of long. Okay, wait. For now, keep the 4 mentor. In fact, I'm down to use some of my rolls here.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I have enough pieces. Okay, I just lost, so I can definitely play this. Oh, I gotta solve this out. I have so many legendary pieces. I just gotta figure out what's my best board. I'm pretty sure you do sell 4 mentor. Yeah. I think I have all the pieces. Let me roll now and see what I can hit. I don't think we're gonna go 10. Going 10 requires me to sack all the way to creep round. I don't think it's worth it. Oh, okay. Sell the mentor, edgelord. Oh my god. I think my Twisted Fate killed the backline. Game changer. Oh no, my anti-heal is dead though. Wait, can TF do it? Can TF do it? No. Okay, I think I figured it out. Braum Zyra over Gangplank Aatrox. Swap Lee Sin to Juggernaut.
I love a challenge.
Oh fuck, wait, I need to make him a Juggernaut. Oh wait, no, I need to make him an Executioner. Oh no, I fucked up. Now you play Bastion or Strategist.
Stand and fight.
Battle boils the
Then you fight off zombies. Leave you to ditch the cleaver and gear.
blood.
Definitely still low on damage. I need like a Ginzu's TF or something. He can actually do quite a bit now.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Alright, what can I do? I'm level 10, but like, it's too many econ augments.
I may fail, but I won't quit.
Alright, just 2-star everything. See what you can do. Probably need like 3 item TF.
A great day to fight. Stand and fight.
last chance.
Doesn't feel right. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but like I don't have a strong backline damage dealer. I'm level 10 with so many 2-stars, but it just doesn't matter. Oh, can TF do it? Oh my god, he did it. Why are you not clumping for Keeper's value? Keeper's like doesn't matter late game. Jarvan 2 matters. Oh yeah, wait. This should be on Zyra. I need something on Lee Sin that does damage. Okay, look at my Lee Sin! He's in the back line! Is my random level 10 bullshit board doing it? I think it is! We did it! We turned the corner! My TF's in the front line! Why is he in the front line? How do you get to this board? I don't know. This is actually full flex. Oh my god, top 4. Top 3.
I love a challenge.
Stand.
Oh god, it's Kale. Okay. Punch through on this side. Just put all our damage together, I think. This guy doesn't have much AoE. Actually, I guess Kale is kind of AoE. Okay, big Jarvan stun. Okay, TF kills the backline. Please? Oh my god, TF barely killed the backline. Yes! Alright, Zyra needs an item here. Give Zyra like a Shojin and we actually have some damage. Oh my god, they have a Shojin. Wait, Executioner Spat. I wish I could give it to TF. Move 1 Striker's Flail, but it's fine, it's fine. This helps my Lee Sin as well.
I don't miss.
Okay. Alright. Try really hard to not get Jarvan stunned. I'll spread out my carriers. Okay, this looks good to me. Hopefully the Jarvan stuns the middle. This is the fight for first place. If I win this, I get first. But it is stretchy arms gangplank. Okay, wait, look at my Zyra! My Zyra! Executioner Zyra kills the stretchy gangplank! The rest is just a victory lap! Oh my god! Wait, I can't believe it! My bullshit level 10 board actually worked out. Alright, and for the final upgrade. 1 Leona. Never mind. My team's gained 40% max health. Okay, focus, Albert. Put damage on the same side. I think at the last second he's gonna swap. I will swap as well. I'm gambling on him last second swapping Kale to the top left. Yes! Big stun from Jarvan. My TF and Zyra on the correct side. We have a lot of AoE damage. We might be able to get through this Kale. I lost. Okay, it actually wasn't that close. Damn. Okay, that last one was actually not that close. I thought I wanted to be same side to get the stun, but I think I was wrong. I think I actually want to be opposite side. I don't mean to get you guys sounding too impressed here, but I just did 10 push-ups. Great news, I climbed some LP. Off stream, I practiced a little bit more. Behold. 81621. Plus 80 LP. I want to let you guys know, my 8th and my 6th place last night, off stream, we're both playing LeBlanc reroll. That bitch has failed me for the last time. Oh, what was the portal? Lucky stage? Okay. A lucky shop. Okay. I found the best build of the set. It's Twisted Fate reroll. I mean, people already kind of knew Twisted Fate was good, but like, holy shit. In the 3 games I played, or my last 3 games of the day that I played last night, it was literally Twisted Fate first, Twisted Fate first, Twisted Fate first. In one of them, I was first. In the other 2, like, someone else was playing Twisted Fate. I'm convinced that, like, I want to force Twisted Fate every single game I can. Like, I think just like any Gambler's Blade, I'm just gonna force it. Would you still play it there, Cypher players? Yeah. Yeah, I would. Cypher players only hold through Dravens. Do you know why Twisted Fate reroll shifted into hitting Draven 3? Is that a cog? I think that Draven 3 version's always better. It's just like people didn't figure it out for a while, myself included.
Endured worse.
Would I ever be a chat and take Warpath? Nah, Warpath has failed me too many times. There is the Twisted Fate augment, but nah, I'm not gonna. 2 people are holding it. Too risky. I want to do Warpath so bad. My items aren't very good for it. Alright, fuck it. I'm actually down though. Alright, what do you got for me? I'll play anything.
You cannot hide.
Oh, I actually like that.
No getting through me.
Okay, the one thing that was really iffy about taking Warpath here is that my items aren't very good. Like, I can slam a Giant Slayer, but it wouldn't do anything for a pretty large portion of the game. Honestly, I think I'm down just to make sure I win. Wow, I really should not have taken this, actually. Oh god, yeah, I should not have taken this. Yeah, I'm thinking about it right now. I'm like, wait. Because I took this? Oh god, yeah, like, I took this with no slumble item. Oh man. Actually kind of a big blunder. I think it's already like a little troll to take it in general, but taking it with no slumble item. I mean, I had Titans, so if I hit Graves specifically, I could have done something, but yeah, it's not a good idea. Alright, well, hopefully I make it to the carousel without losing a round. I might like barely win. Oh yeah, why didn't I play Dynamo? I should play Dynamo. Oh wow, wait, fuck. Kind of a huge blunder to not play Dynamo. Do I have a stronger board here? No.
Well, hello there.
What do you say is TF's Biss now? It's still the same. Okay, I need to get like a Sunfire Cape. Probably the only item that's like really good for me here. Terrible news, guys. I think I threw the game. Isn't Archangel's Biss now? Archangel's is better, but I still think Ginsu's is better. Or, Archangel's is better than it was before, but I still think Ginsu's is stronger. Wasn't it 2 Bruiser, 2 Vanguard, and just LeBlanc? I don't think she does enough damage. Okay, it sounds hella troll, but since I lost my streak, I think my actual out is to play Warpath here. Why did I play Warpath? I'm sorry, my out is to play Cypher. Like, Cypher Warpath is hella troll.
Secrets are coins better saved than spent.
I can't believe I'm playing Cypher Warpath, man. I mean, at this point, I gotta commit. Oh god, what am I doing, man? Okay, I think I already doomed myself. Stupid Albert taking the content play without a symbol item. Okay, if I can at least get like the 3 loss, maybe it's alright. I forgot it's a lucky shop. On one hand, I hit Draven though. Oh fuck, I forgot about lucky shop entirely. Warpath is really bad for this.
Let's admire me.
Mortality is truly divine.
Okay, thank god I pulled off the int.
Put a dent in him. Own your frailty.
Okay. Albert, what the fuck are you doing? You're playing motherfucking lose streak Warpath. Oh god, I leveled to 5 on 2-2 and then pivoted to Cypher. Also, I slammed the Giant Slayer, which doesn't do anything. Okay, think, Albert, think. How do you get your way out? How do you wiggle your way out of this? It's also lucky shop. I need to go angle something, maybe Vex. Or my exo items. Okay, pretty good actually. A spat. Wait, what? I just got a full fawn? Wait, what? Wait, how did I just get a full fawn? Did anyone else get a full fawn? Wait, no one else got one. Wait, just me? Wait, nope, nobody else got one. I see some people with like an individual spat. Wait, hang on. Before I slam a fawn, I gotta see my augment. Cause now some things have opened up. Like I can play 7 Syndicate. I can play 10 Anima Squad. Let me think. Who keeps pinging me? We want 10 Anima. I mean, you gotta live to 10 Anima to make 10 Anima happen. I think 7 Syndicate's the most realistic one. Because I already have one right here. I need another cloak. I need like Tiny Titans here. Oh man, okay, just Piercing Lotus then. Okay, I think... I'm gonna try to play Syndicate here. Yeah, I think 7 Syndicate is like the most realistic in terms of things that I could actually hit like this game.
Mortality is
Okay.
truly divine.
So let me go ahead and make a new team planner. Let me just like mark all 7 Syndicate unit, or all 5 of them. And it's pretty easy to throw in like a Gragas and like a Leona. Yeah, and then like Aurora. Yeah, I'm down. Okay, this is gonna be weird. It sucks that I'm like completely wasting my lucky shop though. I'm just gonna buy this to try to save HP. Okay, if I pull up the 7 Syndicate play, I could win the game, but I have literally 0 Syndicate units right now. I gotta pick up a couple of them and then do a big roll down for the rest. Okay, yeah, suddenly this game is like kind of playable. I gotta do a big roll down. I know there's at least one TF player though. Oh, I think I grabbed the Misfortune. Fuck. A bit of a risky play, but oh fuck. I know that if I don't grab the Misfortune, the TF player is going to grab it, but can I really bank on hitting another Cloak? I have 2 Art Forgers, and I have the creep round coming up, and I'll also definitely live to the next carousel. Oh, this is a really risky play. I don't know if it was correct. You always get another MF. I feel like you have to have MF too. I don't think 7 Syndicate MF1 is strong enough.
Which way's the fun?
Okay, I'm going to start trying to play to win. Okay, I got 2 Reforgers. Lots of chances of getting a Cloak. Alright. Play 5 Cypher. Get the Jarvan. Yeah, Jarvan's probably better than Morgana here. What about Morg over Jhin? Jhin Sunders. Oh, actually, I have Piercing Lotus, so maybe it didn't matter. Oh, I'm really nervous. I mean, kind of exciting. If I go 8th, whatever. I'm having a good time. This guy's like not playing the game. I'm gonna do this interesting trick. I'm gonna item move and frontline some of my units. If I'm facing him, I just don't put the items back on. Okay, I'm facing him. And then if I was facing someone else, oh, he sold his Draven. What the fuck? He like hard inted. Okay, all right, you got me. I can't hit harder than that. Oh wait, can I? Why does it kind of feel like my inting worked? Wait. Oh no, I think I still won. Wait, I lost. Wait, no fucking way I pulled that off. What? Oh, cloaks, hell yeah. Wait, that was like so illegal. What just happened? I'm just gonna stun these now. Get out of the way. There's gonna be like a lot to think about.
Live fast, die young.
All right, let's level up. Wait, I have even more cloaks. What the heck? All right, I need to find like one Shaco. Oh, nice. Now I'm just missing a Braum.
There is nothing between. I know what lurks in the shadows.
Ram is on the job.
Oh fuck. I don't have time to think. Okay, at least I have some lives. Yeah, I'd Lotus by Sun Even Shroud. I got dizzy. Little Buddies is good. Alright, keep rolling. Who doesn't belong on my board?
I know what lurks in the shadows.
Little Buddy value. Wait, Jarvan's not good for little buddies.
show our friends the door.
I'm a little dizzy, but hopefully 7 Syndicate MF2 is good enough. And then I'll just throw in the Jarvan, I guess. He's not useful for my little buddies. Box, you threw your game. 7 Syndicate is shit. You think so? I feel like it's a cool play. I will see how it goes. Okay, so this guy fits in really well synergy-wise. Oh, it's probably worth it. All right, yeah, it's probably worth it.
Ah, yeah, come on.
Oh god, I'm on so many pairs. So many pairs. Yeah, I'm down a Hat, Leona, and MF. I think if I can make it to 2-star frontline, I'm in a good spot. Just have to make it a 2-star frontline. Yeah, it's already like kind of winning at 1-star. Alright, come on. Zach or Leona or Gragas or Braum or Bo or Aurora on Carousel or Shaco. There's a Braum, but fuck. I think the Bo is more valuable. Aurora red buff is so perfect here. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm already like kind of winning with these 1-stars. Hit one of my many pairs here. Oh, huge upgrade. Holy shit. Shaco 2, baby. How close are you to Warpath cash out? Not very. I think I'm at like 26 damage. Yeah, 29 damage. The Warpath was a huge grief, but I think the 7 Syndicate's actually a good play. I think slamming a Fawn, I was most likely dead. Where a 7 Syndicate uses the 2 Fawns pretty well. What does the 7 Syndicate buff do for MF? Bolts pierce enemies. How many 1 and 2 costs is good for little buddy value? It's more about how many 3 costs are you playing, because 3 costs don't give or receive. I'll just keep donkey rolling. Any upgrade is a big. Fuck. Pretty sure this upgrade matters. I don't want to sell Zac Fair, but I think it's the right play. Oh, fuck. I positioned really badly for this one. I did anti-Sejuani positioning, which is correct against Sejuani. Oh, wait. His Nefuria's going for a walk. I got lucky. Okay, and then anti-heal's going to go hard here. Nice. I got really lucky that the MF did not wrap around, or the Nefuria did not wrap around. Oh, it's Lucky Shop. I keep forgetting that it's Lucky Shop. Okay. Not the greatest Lucky Shop for me, but whatever. Leona 2 is good enough. Oh yeah, I gotta put this in for 1 round.
The fun begins.
I feel like my audio is bugged, by the way. What is a hat bonus for 7 Syndicate? 50% attack speed and 50% max health shield. It's not that great, but like my Braum's not very strong right now. Oh, what the heck? Alright, I guess I'm done rolling. What does the Syndicate spec do? Okay. Alright, it's gotta be Guard Breaker. Yeah, it's gotta be Guard Breaker here because I have Jeweled Lotus. Oh, this Rengar 3 is kind of scary. A full MF ult can kill it. Oh no. Wait, that's so sad. No. Oh, it's so close too. Oh my god, sad MF ult. Fuck, do I roll here? There's nothing to roll for besides Zac. I mean, it's probably worth it. Maybe I hit the Zac. Maybe I hit the TF2. Maybe I hit Aurora. I just gotta live. Maybe those small amount of blobs matters. Okay, anti-Sejuani positioning. Oh fuck, I did not get anti-Sejuani positioning. Oh wait, doesn't matter. My MF cancels the ult. Sort of. Bomb through would be OP. I'm not hitting it. There's a TF reroller. I feel like my audio is bugged. Everything feels kind of muted. Oh. Oh wow, I got a Zac 2 from that. Nice. 2 full items as well. Probably just trying to do tank.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay, Zac 2 should be like a really big deal. The reason why I'm not having Aurora pull him in anymore is because I want him to have the Crown Guard. We'll just lose the Gragas value, it's fine. Throw in a second Zac. I'm pretty sure that interaction doesn't work correctly. Like, I'm not even kidding, I think the interaction's bugged. I'd rather just throw in a Gragas too. I'm a little bit worried about having only 2 damage dealers. I wonder if I would ever put a Ginzes on TF and make him a 3rd damage dealer, but that seems like a little troll. That one fight I lost against the Rengar, I feel like that was just bad luck. Oh wait, he wasn't even on his last stand. Oh shit.
I always shoot first.
Okay, pretty sure throwing in another MF is better. Somebody keeps pinging me. Somebody's been pinging me the whole game. I have no idea who it is. Either that or my mouse is bugged and I'm pinging myself. But somebody has pinged me like 6 different times today and I don't know why. Honestly, the fact that I didn't go 8th place is kind of a miracle here. Okay, I say that, but I actually almost just died. My misfortune almost died. Oh, I wish I had like a little bit of healing. Oh wait, is this guy almost at Aphelios 3? How many on this bench? Is it 6?
Ram is on the job.
Okay. How do I beat the Rengar? I need my Leona to like not grief. Maybe like this. The reason I lost last time against the Rengar player, was because my my Leona like walked up. But like that was before he was last stand. Now I'm like even weaker. Or sorry, now he's even stronger. I'm not weaker. I'm also stronger. I have Zac too. And I cash on my Warpath. But yeah, holy crap. 7 Syndicate looking really good right now. Just go 9, hitting a what 2. I just realized I can never hit MF3 because this guy exists. Did you cash out your Warpath? Yeah, I got Zac 2 from it. Alright, I just go level 10 and then you probably just add Gragas back in. If I was gonna add Gragas back in, why did I sell him? I sold him because like I needed Econ at the time, but if he's my next in, probably not worth it. Yeah, Jin might be good. Dynamo plus Little Buddy. I'll just level up and put in anything. But I'll roll for Aurora and Zek blobs.
No prey, no.
Vayne would give synergies, but I don't think it's worth it.
Mortality is truly.
Alright, just looking for like Jhin.
I know the way.
I must not fall.
I know the way.
Oh fuck, it's this guy. Okay, I'm just throwing in Alistar for little buddy plus bruiser. If my MF survives, she can one-shot this Rengar. The keyword is survive though. Okay. Yes! Yes! Good job, Zach! It was a Gunblade. I don't think it's worth it for Gunblade. Like, you would have to replace one of your current items. I wish I had Omnivamp, but I wouldn't replace any of my current items for it. You smell me? And I'm just doing Alistar instead of Kabuko because I want little buddy value. Nice. Okay, I mean, now the game should be over. Oh, wait. 7 Annies, 7 Aphelioses. Did I skip over any Annies or Aphelioses earlier? Okay, honestly, I might have. I wasn't paying much attention. I was only thinking about my own units. You sold an Annie too. That was like over a stage ago. That's different from someone who almost has it now. I'm talking about on the roll down that just happened because I wasn't watching for them there. Look at my Zac. Holy crap. Kingpin Zac.
This story tells us about a young man named Vincent, who is a level 0 and is a rather weak fighter in this cruel world. This young man is so weak that he cannot handle the demon beast alone and survives by collecting the trash that the monsters leave behind. People like him, who only have a 0 level, are considered a burden in society and are easily abandoned to their fate. Such people are considered absolutely useless. And to sacrifice such a pawn is, if not noble, then at least not a reprehensible act. Vincent has felt all his life like a pathetic nobody, whom everyone treats with at least contempt or outright hatred. However, despite such hardships of existence, today becomes a significant and turning point in the life of this brave young man. You can say that he lives like trash, but this does not mean that he is not a worthy person capable of feats. Sometimes pride clouds our vision and prevents us from appreciating people who have amazing qualities despite their low status. Vincent is one of those people who promises himself never to die like trash and to break through to the stars and greatness at all costs. However, to understand how everything came to this dramatic scene, we need to move back some time and find ourselves in the city of G. This terrifying foray begins near a Class C gate, which is a portal to a dangerous area called the Abyss, where terrifying monsters live. The gate begins to flicker, and a man gradually emerges from it, desperately trying to escape, as someone is chasing him. This young man turns out to be Vincent, already familiar to us, who works as the senior garbage collector of the Abyss. Another hero comes to his aid and attacks the giant creature, while saying that Vincent is too slow. Our hero's job is to collect and sort the trash left over from fighting monsters every day, which may still be of some value. Vincent understands that the management does not want this resource to leak to ordinary people, since each such crystal costs about 50,000 yen. A few moments later, his partner accidentally steps on the box and calls Vincent a pathetic rat, after which he decides to talk to him. He states that they must split the reward into pieces, and if Vincent steals even one piece, not only will he not get the money, but he will also go to jail. The work of a scavenger in the Abyss is performed by those who are at level 0. If the combat team does not deal with all the monsters, the sortie becomes more dangerous. For returning from the dungeon, each garbage collector receives 1,000th share of the collected garbage, of which 30% goes to the management. Vincent has a huge debt, and so he takes any job that can be offered to him, even if it is extremely dangerous. One of his comrades says he's found a job that will pay a whopping 3,000 yuan, and Vincent immediately agrees, saying he's in. Without thinking twice, he boards a special bus to go to his new place of work. Listening to the conversations of his comrades along the way, they say that they are heading to a shopping mall where a Class A abyss gate has opened, which poses a huge danger and serious risks. Other garbage collectors point out that the damned capitalists treat people like pigs and do not value human life. They also wonder who gave these people permission to monetize the abyss and profit off the suffering of others. 10 years ago, the gates of the abyss rose from the underworld and amazed humanity with their unprecedented power. But they were immediately followed by horror. Humanity came face to face with incredible and terrible creatures that lived in this very abyss and tried to break out. The gigantic number of these creatures and their incredible diversity and their disgust plunged humanity into real horror. Only a special class of people were able to destroy these creatures, and it was these people who instantly became a very privileged part of society. When the first monster was defeated, people discovered not only magical crystals, but also mysterious weapons that could be created. Having explored all the continents, people began to actively explore the abyss in order to obtain as many interesting artifacts as possible. The economy changed direction, traditional businesses closed down, and all funds were directed to supporting the industry of the abyss. Vincent at that time gets into serious trouble, as he needs to get money for the treatment of his dear sister named Valerie. He gets into a huge amount of debt in order to at least somehow help his sister get out of this horror. He suffered a lot of job rejections and disdain because of his 0 level. The thing is, for those with such a low level, the employment situation is incredibly bleak and drives people to despair. At one point, he comes across a stranger who offers him to take out a loan to get a lot of money for his sister. The borrower asks the protagonist if he needs money to help his loved ones, which immediately attracts his attention. The cunning man says that all he needs to do is leave his organs as collateral, so that if anything happens, he can pay with his life. Vincent realizes that at that moment he is making a real deal with the devil, but he has no choice because he needs to save his sister. Meanwhile, his colleagues continue the discussion and say that they heard that Vincent took out a loan of 1 million and lost it all on the stock market. They also mention that he is paying for his little sister's treatment, and the medical bills have only been getting more expensive lately. His comrades unanimously come to the conclusion that Vincent would rather die than collect the required amount, and he will have to work as a garbage man until his death. As soon as they arrive at the place, they are met by a group of heroes who accuse them of not being in a hurry, and if they die, it will only be their problem. Vincent steps off the bus and looks at the giant portal, which glows a terrifying and mysterious purple hue. As he walks forward, Vincent reflects that he will try to earn money and return alive, no matter what. He realizes that he needs to focus on generating more profit in order to pay off his debts as quickly as possible. After some time, he goes through the portal and realizes that this abyss is actually on level B, but it still remains a serious threat. Besides, this is his first trip to such a high-level location, which is full of unknown dangers. The fighters who are here immediately detect a strange noise, which signals that disgusting monsters are already rushing here. These monsters turn out to be the spirits of wolves, who in rage attack every creature that disturbs their peace and enters the territory. One of the fighters turns to a mage named Larry, saying that they encountered monsters as soon as they arrived here. But Larry says he knows it all too well. He comes forward and says it's just a bunch of wolf spirits and isn't much of a problem. Letting them get closer, he decides to use his powers to destroy several creatures at once with one blow. By concentrating all his magical power, he creates a giant fireball that sweeps away everything in its path. Wolves that don't have much armor take massive damage from this fireball, and several of them die instantly. The survivors quickly flee into the darkness in order to lick their wounds and strike from the darkness at another, more opportune moment. The vanguard warns his comrades that they must remain vigilant, as the demons could attack at any moment. His partner asks where their destination is, where they are supposed to arrive. The group commander says that they need to go to the 5th floor, but another fighter reports that the floor has become several times wider and higher. One of the fighters claims that everything seems quite normal from the outside, but here the laws of time and space change. After this, he wonders where the traces of the previous group are, and gives the scavengers the order to find the bodies, warning them of the danger. Larry sits down to tie his shoelaces, while the other members of the group say that they don't care about the garbage men because they are both. Meanwhile, Vincent hears strange sounds and, out of fear, does not notice that he is walking straight towards a member of the hunting group. After a few steps, he hits his foot on Larry, who had been trying to tie his shoelaces the whole time. Unable to keep his balance, Vincent falls onto the cold stone floor, and Larry immediately falls too, losing his temper and telling him that he should watch where he's going. Vincent apologizes to his partner, but he decides to deal with the careless boy who allowed himself too much. He holds it up and says that it really irritates him when someone steps on the damn garbage. The group's leader asks Larry not to get distracted, as they have enough to do, and there are much more important tasks than trying to assert themselves at the expense of the garbage men. Larry gives the protagonist a dirty look, showing extreme disdain and irritation. After this, he throws him on the ground and says that if Vincent knows that he is trash, then he should not go near him. Vincent tries to tip his cap, thinking that Larry is just another arrogant jerk who is too stuck up. Larry, meanwhile, looks at the other garbage men and says that they are simply a dream team, after which he decides to turn towards his comrades. Vincent understands that people like him are called a burden or just trash by society just because they are at level 0. The class stratification of society becomes all too visible when it comes to power levels, and it is a very grim situation. However, all this time Vincent kept a secret that would soon make everyone change their minds about him, if not die of horror. The thing is that he only has one experience point left to move to the next level, and finally significantly strengthen himself. After a while, a wolf spirit suddenly appears behind them, and the other scavengers run away as they don't have any special skills to fight. Vincent looks at this wolf spirit in surprise, and realizes that no one from the battle group began to fight this creature. The system notifies him that this creature has extremely low health, and can die from just a few hits. Vincent quickly looks around to find some kind of weapon that will allow him to fight this creature. Luckily, he quickly finds some level 1 wooden items lying around, as well as a small wooden stick that might come in handy. Despite all the horror that this giant creature instills in him, he understands that it has a critical level of health, and decides to cast aside all doubts. Immediately after this, he rushes forward to take this equipment and hope for victory, since this is his only chance. He assumes a fighting stance in preparation for combat with the creature, hoping to find the right moment to strike. The monsters from the abyss do not have high intelligence, and therefore, for them, he is just another prey that is walking into their mouths. However, this wolf is a very dangerous opponent for a person who does not have serious combat experience and good equipment. Vincent rushes forward and manages to land a powerful attack on the monster's head. Overjoyed at his success, he jumps to the ground, but the system notifies him that he dealt 0 damage due to his weak equipment. The other scavengers looking at him wonder if he is really that stupid and doesn't understand that only a combat team can kill a monster. Vincent decides not to respond to this mockery, mentally realizing that he knew all this anyway, but he has no other choice. Unfortunately, his skills are at an extremely low level due to the fact that he has not been able to improve his stats until now. Vincent ponders that with such weak equipment, he won't be able to penetrate the defense of even the weakest monsters, and therefore, he needs to act smarter. Despite his weaknesses, he understands that he has some advantages that he must take advantage of to win. He is well aware of his situation, so he decides to rely on agility in order to gain the upper hand over this wolf. That if the monster is weak, you can earn some luck, but this does not work if the monster is a demon beast. He also states that they will keep the most expensive items for themselves, and everything else will go to the garbage collectors. One of the fighters informs the boss that apparently one monster survived, and points his finger in the direction of the shopping mall escalators. After listening closely, the combat team notes that loud screams are indeed coming from there. A demon beast is at work there. Larry lazily heads in that direction, saying that all the purple gear will be his and no one else should take it. He's in this place, as Vincent's plan does not work out the way he wanted. The huge wolf demon dodged the attack and immediately attacked him, biting into his shoulder to immobilize him. Vincent feels the incredible damage his body is receiving, but at the same time he experiences a sudden surge of determination. Grabbing a sharpened piece of stick, he shouts that he will never leave this world miserable and prepares to strike. The giant monster doesn't have time to react, and Vincent accurately thrusts a sharpened stick right into his eye. The system immediately notifies him that he was able to deal a fatal blow to the wolf spirit, thereby finishing off the creature. Vincent watches the giant wolf corpse fall at his feet and stands frozen for a moment, unable to believe that he has succeeded. However, after a little while, he decides to catch his breath to regain his strength, and joy gradually flows into his body. A wicked smile spreads across his face, mixing with the blood coming from his lip, which was split during the fight. Convinced that he was indeed able to win this fight, he begins to scream loudly, uttering a victorious cry. At this time, Larry, who was sent to search for the remaining scavenger who could collect supplies, begins to approach him. He arrogantly remarks that apparently a lone horse was able to defeat a low-level wolf after all. After this, he grabs him by the clothes and asks if he really considers himself a hero, accusing him of attempting suicide. He also adds that they didn't come here to drag out his body, but Vincent only smiles. He reminds that once a person reaches the first level, he can join a combat group and even get a specialty that will change his life. However, to do this, you need to think about how to gain experience points, since 0 players cannot kill demon beasts. However, the hero finds a way to achieve this, risking his life for so many years to find someone wounded and finish them off. He waits day after day and gradually kills monsters, slowly but surely accumulating experience points to level up. Over the course of his time as a scavenger, he accumulates a solid amount of experience points, and this brings him to the current point. Once he kills the demon beast, he gains the final experience point needed to level up. Now he finally reaches 100% experience to level up and change his destiny. Vincent states with satisfaction that this was the only way to gain experience points, and he did not deviate from it one step. After this he smiles and says that finally his ideal conditions, which he had been waiting for so long, have been fulfilled. Larry looks at Vincent in shock, calls him a little shit, and asks if he was actually able to level up. Vincent feels an unprecedented surge of strength, and the system congratulates him on finally reaching level 1. However, this incredible triumph quickly disappears, as it turns out that he reaches the maximum level of the scavenger profession. Larry watches what is happening with undisguised surprise, as he did not expect such an unimpressive result. After a few moments, he finds it hard to hold back his laughter, and begins to choke right in front of Vincent. A moment later, he starts laughing openly and says that he can't believe that even after reaching level 1, Vincent is still a garbage man. He apologizes, explaining that he simply can't help but laugh, noting that such a chance only comes once in a lifetime. But Vincent still remains a nobody. After this, he sternly states that his friends have long since left, so he will have to clean up everything here. Immediately after this, he turns to his comrades and says that his friends will not believe what he just saw. Vincent is left alone with his thoughts and looks at his hand, wondering if it's really worth it to remain a garbage man this late. He understands that if level 1 is the maximum, then he cannot use it to raise his equipment points. He also wonders what is special about this class, and finds that he perceives the world a little differently. Looking at the corpse of the demonic wolf, he notices that its remains are now starting to glow with a strange light. The system tells him that recyclable waste has been found, and asks if the body should be sent for recycling. Vincent immediately agrees, waiting with interest to see what happens next. A few moments later, a portal appears behind him, from which numerous hands immediately burst out, reaching for the remains of the wolf. Vincent looks around in shock, trying to figure out what it is, noting that he has never seen a garbage man with such abilities. Meanwhile, the hands grab the remains of the monster and slowly pull them towards themselves, while Vincent guesses that this is the peculiarity of the scavengers. Just a few seconds later, these hands drag the prey into the abyss, and Vincent notices that it looks quite creepy. A few moments later, he receives a notification that increased production is being processed. Vincent patiently waits for the processing to finish, after which he receives new notifications about the obtained loot. Mysterious hands belonging to an unknown deity hand him the skill of the Phantom Dash, as well as 3 points of equipment. Vincent is surprised that you can level up with such things and opens the system summary of his characteristics. Upon closer inspection of this ability, he discovers that he needs to have 3 points of dexterity to use it. Making a quick decision, he decides to convert equipment points into dexterity points to learn this skill. The system informs him that all the conditions for using the Phantom Dash have been met, and then asks if he wishes to learn this skill. Vincent quickly gives his consent, and a greenish flash of energy appears next to him, quickly enveloping his body. Vincent feels the energy filling him, simultaneously changing his consciousness and some physical parameters. However, the feeling of change quickly passes, and he opens his eyes, realizing that he has remained approximately the same as before. Vincent looks down at his arms and legs, wondering if that's all. Noting that nothing has changed outwardly, Larry yells loudly at the protagonist to get his ass over here, and Vincent replies that he's already on his way. With these words, he decides to try the Phantom Dash in action and takes off, leaving behind only wind and raised dust. His speed increases significantly, causing him to even scream in fear, not understanding how to react to approaching objects. Of course, having accelerated to such speeds for the first time, he does not notice a snag in the way and immediately crashes into it, losing his balance. The dull sound of a human body hitting a stone floor echoes through the air, and Vincent begins to groan from the minor but annoying injuries he has received. He wonders if there has never been a person before who could have this skill, and could do it the first time. The system immediately tells him that the Ghost Rush skill is now charging, and Vincent says that this doesn't surprise him, After this, he finally gets to his feet and decides to dust himself off so that his clothes look at least remotely acceptable. He also decides to look around to understand what kind of work he has to do at the moment. However, upon closer inspection, he immediately freezes in surprise, because now he has discovered something that he could not see before. The main character is immediately attracted by the huge number of killed wolves, which can be processed to obtain a considerable amount of loot. Vincent calls his mysterious companions and tells them that the scavengers are an incredibly cool class. Vincent begins recycling his loot, earning an incredible amount of gear points that can be spent on enhancing his body. After a while, the amount of gear points received for recycling decreases. Vincent also notes that he has not received any abilities. He wonders if he should recycle another monster to gain a new ability, and the mysterious hands gesture to him that he is right. Looking at his stats, he finds that he was able to earn 111 points, which can be distributed across all of his main skills. Vincent wonders which skill he should prioritize since he still doesn't know when he'll be able to score points again. He spends a few minutes analyzing what is happening, after which he realizes that in this situation, he has only one way out. He decides to distribute all the points he receives equally in order to be a jack of all trades. This puts all of his stats at level 20, which is quite impressive for a level 1 character. Meanwhile, the combat team continues to clear the floors, eliminating the werewolves one by one with their skills. However, these monsters are quite low level and do not pose a high threat, so they are destroyed quite quickly. The group leader approaches Larry with the conclusion that he did not know that a garbage man could level up and acquire such a profession. One of his partners says that 3 hidden professions are added every year, but the ranking of the most valuable vacancies never changes. Larry says that Vincent is level 1, and that is the maximum value, which means that almost nothing has changed. The leader of the group says that they don't have time to deal with this and need to move on. Looking around along the way, his comrades say they agree with him as they watch the hole in the ceiling gradually begin to narrow. Suddenly they hear a loud crash, and a huge number of roots suddenly burst out from under the concrete. The group's leader looks at this in surprise, noting that he did not expect something like this, and tries to understand what kind of strange monster this is. After a few moments, this terrible manifestation completes its appearance, and before them appear mutilated corpses that belong to people. The team leader says that the mission's target has been located, but the other soldiers are afraid, and wonder how something so big could fit in here. One of the fighters says that not even 2 days have passed since the transformation of the Abyss, but everything looks as if they are already 10 years old. Another fighter says that they only encountered weak demon beasts, and this group was much stronger, but still failed. The group leader feels a strange touch, looks around, and everyone freezes, realizing that everything is not so simple here. Looking at the huge number of tree zombies arriving, he says that there are not only demon beasts living here, but also something more terrible. Meanwhile, the news reports that a void transformation has occurred in a shopping mall in one of the cities, and 27 people have gone missing. The group leader orders his comrades to get ready, as this fight will be much more difficult than the previous ones. The fighters begin to realize that they have been ambushed and are now surrounded, which means they will have to break through by force. Larry uses his fire powers to say that as soon as he wondered where the bodies were, they immediately came across them. He claims that the low-ranking demons lived here only to serve as bait for the real hell. A giant root located near them suddenly begins to move, causing a small earthquake. The group's leader turns around and says that they are now facing the final boss of this abyss, who is very dangerous. The system notifies them that they have encountered a poisonous abyssal plant, which is an A-class monster. Larry shouts to his comrades to keep their eyes peeled for any dangers that this monster may pose. He draws the attention of his comrades to the fact that the entire hunting party they just found has turned into very dangerous and active zombies. Vincent, meanwhile, goes about his usual work, working overtime and earning small bonuses for working overtime. The system informs him that he has earned an achievement for recycling 50 corpses, and he is very happy about it. A vortex from the abyss also appears next to him, preparing a reward for him. Vincent approaches it in anticipation. A few moments pass and he
The Chevy Equinox is more than an SUV. It's your
receives a regular heart-shaped necklace, as well as a regular dagger for fighting monsters. Vincent even tries to hide his disappointment and says that even the rewards for the garbage man are complete junk. However, he has no time to mourn the cruel irony of fate, as he hears a very loud roar. He turns around to see what the strange sounds were, and suddenly hears someone approaching him very quickly. He understands that either very advanced players or very dangerous monsters are moving at such speed. Vincent's instincts do not deceive him, because one of the missing hunters, who has now turned into a zombie, is indeed running towards him. Vincent feels horrified by what is happening, as he has never encountered a monster that looks so much like a human. However, his reflexes do not fail him, and he jumps to the side, avoiding a fatal blow that would otherwise have smashed him into the wall. The system notifies him that a dexterity skill called Great Dodge is being activated, causing him to do a few backflips. Vincent admits that this appearance scared him very much, and he already thought that he was finished. After this, he looks at his body and notes that, apparently, he has become much more agile due to the fact that he has pumped up his agility skills. Clenching his fist tightly, he realizes that, judging by everything, he really has become much faster and more agile. At that very moment, the zombie again rushes into attack to destroy the main character, but he manages to notice his movement. Within moments, the claws are millimeters from his face, and he makes the timely decision to dodge. If he had delayed even a split second, he would have definitely died. But at the moment, he still had a chance to get out of here. Vincent breaks the distance between himself and the evil zombie, looking closely at his opponent. He also realizes that he has not only become much more agile, but also feels much stronger than before. At the same moment, he activates the Ghost Dash skill to gain as much speed as possible and increase his strength. Taking aim, he says it's time to attack. The proud protagonist announces that this time the damage from him will be much greater, and sends the zombie flying with just one blow to the face. The system notifies him that he has used a strength skill, which has broken the enemy's defense and allowed him to deal full damage. Vincent wipes his face contentedly and says that by moving to the next level, he has become an incomparably stronger version of himself. The system also tells him that his intelligence skill allows him to find the enemy's weaknesses, no matter where they are. Looking at this zombie, he finds that it has a high level and its weak point is the neck. He also realizes that the creature is highly vulnerable to fire. While it begins to make strange sounds reminiscent of human speech, moments later, the monster and Vincent rush towards each other to finally destroy each other once and for all. Vincent once again relies on his agility and manages to dodge the attack with deadly claws that can cut through flesh like a knife through butter. By making a well-timed tackle, he also saves himself from being tackled, which would have neutralized his ability to move quickly. Vincent continues to circle around his opponent, waiting for the right moment to strike at a vulnerable point. He realizes that this point is the enemy's weak point, and decides to summon his weapon to have a better chance of an instant kill. The zombie is still somewhat confused, causing Vincent to decide to use a simple dagger card, summoning it to his hand. He rushes forward and delivers a quick attack to his opponent's neck, causing the system to report that the opponent is bleeding. Vincent watches his opponent's behavior closely in order to deliver a few more blows if necessary. Fortunately, his blow is fatal enough to sever the root leading to the victim's brain, which is now completely immobilized. Vincent receives a system notification that he has killed the tree zombie, which falls to the ground and its true host finally rests in peace. Vincent feels the poison in the tree zombie's body hit his skin and replace his blood. However, this poison is rendered useless by the body's skills, which allow it to resist such substances. Vincent looks at his weapon with joy and says that he was finally able to deal with the enemy for the first time with unprecedented ease. The system asks him if he wants to send the zombie body for recycling, and Vincent almost immediately responds with a confident yes. The zombie's body is successfully processed, and Vincent receives a skill that grants him resistance to poisons and converts the poisoning effect into a positive one. Vincent wonders if this now means he can drink poisonous substances like water. Without thinking twice, he decides to use this card, which gives him 5 more equipment points that can be distributed among skills. Immediately after this, he takes out an item tainted with poison, which is extremely toxic and not recommended for consumption. Vincent decides to take advantage of his skill's effect, and then slowly uncorks a flask containing an extremely poisonous substance. He says he is extremely interested to see what will come of it, and cautiously takes a sip of the deadly poison. The system notifies him that, thanks to the poison resistance effect, the toxic effect has been converted into a healing one. His wounds are immediately healed. Vincent remembers that the better the intelligence is pumped up, the more weaknesses in the enemy he will be able to find, and decides to invest points in this characteristic. Thus, all the characteristics of the main character are at the 40 mark.
There is no shame in being afraid. It is that very fear which will drive you to conquer death.
Behold the glory of the Zalad!
In contrast to intelligence, which is pumped up to 50. However, his triumph is short-lived, as another small batch of tree zombies immediately appears behind him. Vincent turns slowly, wondering if he missed another monster during his sweep. However, what he saw made him immediately pull himself together and understand that now he needs to change his battle tactics. The reason is that he has now been discovered by a whole group of monsters that can destroy him in a matter of seconds. Vincent suggests that perhaps he should get away from here, but he is stopped by the words that hurt him earlier. He realizes that everyone treated him like he was a pathetic nobody and a completely useless piece of trash, but that's no longer the case. Vincent decides not to run away from these problems and grips his sword tighter, saying that he will show everyone who he really is. Calling upon his deity for help, he rushes forward, declaring that he will no longer allow anyone to look down on him. Meanwhile, the battle group continues to fight with other fighters who turned into zombies and fell in this battle. Zombies that were obtained from other fighters fight much more seriously than ordinary citizens who accidentally wandered here. The group's leader says that despite the fact that they are just corpses, they fight incredibly fiercely and strongly. He also understands that the carnivorous plant is still there and will have to be dealt with, but he still doesn't understand what to do with it. Realizing that they are outnumbered, he tells his team that they need to retreat immediately to regroup. Unfortunately, when retreating, they instantly lose one of their group members due to one of the fighters piercing him with his dagger. Another fighter also dies in battle with these monsters, and is immediately recycled into another brainless soldier. The group's leader tries to retreat with the surviving Larry, saying that these monsters are right on their heels. At a certain point, they reach the escalators, where the group captain pauses briefly to hold back the onslaught of these opponents. Larry continues to run away, thinking that he only came here for money and equipment, and it would be very stupid to die here. Looking at his captain, an eternal idea comes to his mind and he immediately casts a paralyzing spell in his direction. The captain turns to Larry and asks him what the hell he's doing, reminding him that they are on the same team. Larry claims that his actions are nothing personal and that his captain must sacrifice his life to stop these monsters. Immediately after this, he continues to run away, saying that he will pay for his funeral after he gets out of here. The captain tries to call out his offender who betrayed him, but he is immediately dealt several fatal blows. Larry reflects that he has nothing to lose by escaping, as he has collected a few items and will come up with an excuse for why the team died. However, after a while he bumps into Vincent and bounces to the side, losing his balance and quickly falling to the ground. Vincent looks at the man who spoke disparagingly of him, and realizes what he just did to save his pathetic life. Larry also looks up in surprise and doesn't believe what's happening, trying to understand how this man is still alive. Vincent asks him if he really just betrayed his captain just to escape without even trying to save him. Larry looks down slightly and discovers a huge number of monsters that are gradually being processed behind Vincent. He asks him if he really did all this, not believing his eyes and trying to understand how such a pathetic guy could kill so many zombies. However, a new plan is brewing in his cunning head, as he realizes that he cannot leave things as they are, because Vincent will give him away. After this, he takes a good swing and kicks Vincent, telling him that he should feed himself to these creatures to become stronger. However, due to the fact that Vincent has significantly upgraded his skills, this weak blow is blocked, and the move itself ends up in the direction of the attacker. Larry feels incredible pain and falls to the ground, after which he asks his opponent what he did, calling him a piece of trash on legs. Vincent calls Larry a scumbag, and adds that being a traitor is even worse than being a pathetic piece of trash. Immediately after this, he makes a hand gesture for his deity to point his hands towards Larry. Larry tries to escape but is quickly grabbed by the legs and dragged into the abyss to be processed. The system informs him that the recycling process has been started, but Larry's body is still not sucked into the abyss. After a few moments, the deity's hands make a negative gesture, and the system notifies him that this garbage cannot be recycled. Vincent kneels down wearily and says that sometimes you just have to get rid of trash because you can't even recycle it properly. The system informs the protagonist about the improvement of the garbage processing skill and offers him a card of 3-minute experience of the Spellmaster. Vincent says that this gift came at a very opportune time for him, and agrees to rework these skills and obtain them. Immediately after this, he uses the card and his body is filled with new energy as he gains the skills that Larry had. The system tells him that he has all the stats needed to cast spells while the monsters continue to arrive. Vincent watches the approaching armada of tree zombies, preparing to put his new skills to the test. Vincent tries to recreate the technique of using the fireball from memory, after which he folds his fingers in a special way. A few moments later, huge streams of energy burst from his hand, which are transformed into a powerful explosion. This explosion is so powerful that it shatters the glass on the entire floor and causes a small earthquake. Once the aftermath of the explosion clears, Vincent sees a huge pile of ash left behind by the enemies who rushed towards him. He screams desperately that he wanted to recycle his opponents, but now all that remains of them is a pile of ashes. Meanwhile, one of the surviving undead, armed with twin daggers, appears behind him and prepares to deliver the fatal blow. However, Vincent realizes the impending danger in time and prepares to dodge. At the last moment, he makes a quick jump to prevent serious damage and turns around in midair. The monster is also preparing to attack again and not give its opponent a single chance of survival. Vincent reacts to his opponent's behavior much more calmly, since he has already become accustomed to fighting them. Dodging the deadly attacks of this assassin, he summons his simple dagger to be able to kill his opponent. They attack each other simultaneously and block them by crossing their swords at the right moment. Vincent realizes that he can't continue like this for long, as his close combat skills are poor. He quickly looks back at the dead group captain and realizes that he will have to use the remains of this fighter to gain skills. He says that it would be terrible if this thing were to rise again, so it needs to be recycled as quickly as possible. Quite quickly, the deity gives him a golden shield, thanks to which he can defend himself from attacks from a certain side. Vincent immediately decides to gain an advantage in a fight with an opponent who does not have much protection. Immediately after this, he decides to rush forward to block his opponent's counterattack and simultaneously respond with a sword strike. Using a clever tactical move, he manages to emerge from this situation unharmed, cutting off his opponent's head in the process. Vincent freezes in place, watching as the zombie's head falls to the ground and his body collapses, losing all signs of life. Vincent apologizes to the unfortunate hunter who fell victim to this terrible monster and says that he will have to be recycled as well. Immediately after his deity puts another zombie to rest, he receives a dagger mastery card that greatly improves his skills. Vincent can now wield a dagger as if he were an assassin, and also gains immunity to piercing attacks. Out of nowhere, a huge number of tree zombies appear again, rushing forward in the hopes of tearing Vincent apart. However, our brave hero rushes forward, thinking that being a garbage man is not so bad, because you can constantly get unique skills. Determination fills his body completely, and he prepares to fight an enemy that outnumbers him, just to get out of here alive. He also recalls the mission, which stated that if they did not deliver the bodies of the dead group, the mission would be considered a failure. Nevertheless, he decides to continue the battle, defeating one opponent after another and gaining more and more new skills. After some time, an unknown person contacts one of the organizations and says that he does not fully understand the rules of this game. He is asked if they found the bodies of the Falcon Squad or not, to which he replies that he found them. However, the bodies had already been processed. They ask him what this word means, to which he explains that there was a young man there, judging by his amazing abilities. According to this unknown person, this man has abilities that allowed him to drag the bodies of the entire group into the abyss to devour them. This man turns out to be Larry, who decides to contact a special agency to come up with his own version of what happened. The chief goes into the interrogation room on his own to clear himself and provide himself with a stable alibi. The staff inform him that he is the only survivor, and that the person he is talking about does not exist. They also add that when they found him, his level was down to level 1, and Larry states that the same person reworked his abilities. Larry tries to explain himself by claiming that the man was the trash man, but immediately realizes how stupid that sounds. He is told that he has a high level of abyssal energy contamination, and that is why he may have hallucinations. Vincent, meanwhile, after what happened, decides to sell all the magic crystals on the black market, but receives only a third of the price. Despite such a high tax on the black market, he barely has enough money to pay off the debts he has. Vincent also realizes that he needs to keep a low profile, as he has awakened to a hidden profession and will now be studied if caught. Vincent decides to make as much money as he can while he is still free, no matter the cost. Thus, he finds himself in another battle group, which announces that they are going to go to a new abyssal portal that has just appeared. The distributor says he needs the bravest and strongest people, and Vincent steps forward, claiming he might be suitable for the role. He is asked what level he is, and he reluctantly admits that he is a level 1 scavenger, surprising everyone around him. The distributor starts laughing sincerely, saying that such a loser can only have courage, after which he recommends that he go away. Vincent muses that this is precisely his plan, because by sneaking in somewhere as a sidekick, he can discreetly process the corpses. However, suddenly an unknown girl intervenes in the matter, who in a commanding voice demands that the distributor release Vincent. Everyone instantly recognizes this girl, as she is the daughter of a famous family and has just awakened to her God-chosen profession. This girl's name is Emily. Despite the distributor's warning, she says she needs more people for the numbers. The distributor's face immediately changes, informing them that they are only here to protect her and will follow her orders. Vincent is glad that everything worked out, and understands that this is not the first time he has had to play the role of a complete non-entity. However, looking at Emily, he feels like he has seen her somewhere before, and wonders when they might have met in the past. After some time, his memory prompts him with an answer, and he is transported to events that took place about 2 years ago. This girl fought alongside him and was defeated in a battle with a monster that she almost finished off. Vincent came to her aid and dealt the monster a fatal blow, gaining another point of incredibly valuable experience. Even though this monster was terrifying and scary, Vincent still risks his life to save his ally and improve himself. Emily asks him if he really is a scavenger, wondering how he was able to kill such a serious monster. In response to this, Vincent proudly shouts that this is his first time he was able to kill such a monster and get another experience point.
To the NPC, if you just click here, that's cool. I don't have to like guess and try to find it on my own, so we can get to the action faster. A hammer to enhance, but they give you a hammer to wake someone up. That's interesting. Drink Awakening Potion. Doesn't look like it's good for me. We have colorful chocobo. Wait, those are so cute. Wait, I need to kill them though. Sorry. I want it as a pet.
After that, he asks her if she is okay, to which the girl replies that she has heard about the possibility of raising the level in this way, but has not met a single daredevil who would decide to do it. She asks if he is really trying to gain experience points this way, and also asks why he is doing it. Vincent does not hide his motives and immediately tells her that he is doing this solely for the money, which he really needs. Emily honestly admits that she doesn't believe a single word of it, as she considers it too risky a way to earn experience points. Vincent reminds his interlocutor that she is lucky with her profession, and says that she cannot even imagine how others have to survive. He also reveals that she has no team, and when she encounters demons, she simply charges at them, acting completely recklessly. He asks her what she wants to achieve, and Emily states that she wants to become stronger and be the first to conquer this dangerous place. Right after this, Emily asks him why he really wants to change his profession and why he is taking so many risks for this. Vincent decides to tell her that he is actually doing this for the sake of his family, since his primary goals are to protect his relatives. Emily is very inspired to hear such a noble goal and asks her interlocutor what his name is. Vincent, after thinking for a bit, tells her his real name, also seeing in his interlocutor a very worthy person to whom he is not ashamed to open up. Emily also introduces herself and expresses her confidence that Vincent will one day be able to change his profession, and once that happens, he can join her. With these words, she extends her hand to him so that they can seal their promise with the traditional handshake. Vincent, hearing this proposal, realizes that they need to try as hard as possible, and Emily states that she already has 30 monsters on her account, so Vincent must catch up. After some time, her guards make their way into these dungeons, who immediately call out to her and try to drive Vincent away. Taking him by the arms, they talk about how their boss became furious and almost broke their necks when he saw that his precious daughter had run away into the depths of the abyss. Emily got her bearings at the last moment and threw a small stone to the protagonist, telling him to catch it. Vincent easily catches the abyssal crystal and looks at it carefully, realizing that it is quite a valuable thing. Emily smiles at him sincerely and tells him that this is his first reward for showing incredible bravery and finishing off the giant monster. Vincent turns to the side and walks towards the exit of the dungeon, waving his hand at her as a sign that he is very grateful and appreciative of her. His dreamy thoughts are interrupted by one of the group members, who taps him on the back of the head and tells him that he should not stand rooted to the spot. Vincent smiles and says he'll try his best not to drag the others down, while Emily calmly looks around. It is quite obvious that over such long periods of separation, the girl has forgotten about him and does not recognize him the first time, which is why she reacts so distantly. After a while, she orders the others to move forward to head out and conquer this dungeon. Vincent also follows his partners, thinking that this time he also plans to earn some money and return from the dangerous place alive. The last time he came out of the abyss, he had mastered the golden shield skill as well as the dagger skill, but that was the only thing he got as a bonus. Among other things, he has the ability of Berserk, which is very useful for a person who often travels through the abyss. In addition, he managed to defeat the boss of the abyss and take the reward, which is no less valuable a gift. By destroying a giant dam and one plant, he gains the ability to supergenerate, which allows him to instantly restore his health. Thanks to his fantastic versatility, Vincent can now choose any profession. He will have absolutely no disadvantages. Vincent evenly distributes all the extra points, of which there are quite a lot, because he completely recycled everything that was suitable for this last time. On the sides, it allows you to use the all-seeing window skill to gain additional perception parameters. Assessing his allies, he discovers that the warrior has only 12 strength points, while Vincent's is already over 100. Meanwhile, he follows his comrades, not wanting to show off his incredible skills unless absolutely necessary. After a while, the ground begins to shake. And Vincent, realizing that most likely something terrible lives in these walls, becomes wary. The comrades turn around, wondering what that was, trying to figure out if another monster is trying to get behind them. Vincent quickly puts the brick back in and says that this underground structure is somehow unstable, after which he chuckles. Suddenly, one of the fighters tells his comrades that he found a chest, which is quite a rarity. He quickly discovers that the chest is high level, meaning they won't be able to open it without a dagger master. Vincent takes a few steps forward and says that he can try to open this chest, since he has certain skills. His fellow housemates decide not to interfere with him and let him go ahead, after which he quickly begins to pick the lock. It only takes a few seconds and he successfully opens the chest, thinking about how incredibly easy it was to break into this structure. His comrade says that only a dagger master above level 4 can pick locks, to which he replies that scavengers are also capable of doing that. One of the fighters says that they will share the contents of this chest after the mission, after which the squad heads forward. A few moments later, he stops one of his partners, saying that there appears to be something dangerous ahead. Taking a few steps forward, he throws a pebble forward, which bounces off the walls several times. Within seconds, the walls begin to move, revealing razor-sharp spikes before rapidly collapsing. The partner asks the main character if he is really a newbie, to which he replies that he is an experienced garbage man and has often come across such traps. Emily continues to watch him but still doesn't say a word, and from the outside it may seem that she is deeply immersed in her thoughts. The rest of the group are very impressed by Vincent's skills, while he muses that he saw through the traps due to his heightened intelligence. One of the players hands him a reward, which is a broken head that can only be used in the first level. Vincent thinks about how his allies still think he's pretty useless, then continues on his journey, and they find themselves in a large room. The system tells them that they have entered a reward room, which contains no monsters, only great rewards for overcoming the traps. Emily says that it is too early to rejoice, since it could be a trap, while the warrior states that of all the rewards here, the only one he sees is a stone slab. Without thinking twice, he takes the slab out of the bowl in which it was steaming and says that they can turn around and go home. After a few moments, a fountain of blood begins to gush out from this cup, and the system notifies everyone that the blood test is about to begin. Emily calls her ally an idiot, saying that this is not a room number, but a regular trap designed for fools. Quite quickly, the bloody nightmare emerges from the dense fog, which is a terrible creature with incredible strength. Emily opens her inventory and takes out her weapon, advising the others to prepare for a withdrawal to destroy this monster. Within moments, they find themselves surrounded by various monsters that are the minions of the bloody nightmare. Vincent muses that he only needs to fight at 25% of his strength to avoid revealing his secret. To do this, he uses a ring he recently found, which allows the wearer to choose how much their stats will be reduced. Of course, the reduction in characteristics is only temporary, so there is no need to worry about our hero. As the monsters begin to approach the group, Vincent decides to use the scavenger spirit skill to raise his stats. The rest of the team joins the fight as best they can, and fight back against the creatures of the nightmare. Emily also easily deals with her opponents, after which she turns towards Vincent and is surprised by his incredible success. The thing is, he managed to destroy the nightmare spawn in just one hit, even with reduced stats. Emily watches Vincent closely as one of the monsters decides to attack her, taking advantage of her agility. However, the monster has no idea how serious the opponent is that has come here, as Emily's reaction is at its highest level. Without moving from her spot, she makes a swift and deadly swing with her sword to cut down her opponent. Berserker wonders what is happening to these monsters, noting that they are blown to pieces with just one hit. He says that all of this seems incredibly suspicious to him, while the other monsters continue their onslaught. After a few moments, the nightmare creatures begin to take on human form in order to mimic the abilities of their opponents. Each death of such a creature actually feeds it with experience, thanks to which they only become stronger. The girl with magical powers praises the Berserker, saying that he fights very well. However, after a few moments, their joy turns to surprise and fear as another nightmare creature appears out of nowhere. The Berserker wonders what the hell is going on when suddenly the nightmare spawn strikes quickly and cuts off his arm. A moment later, a shrill scream pierces the air from the Berserker, who is trying to cope with the incredible pain that is piercing his body. Some of the heroes lose hope as even beheading it does no good, and the thing turns out to be indestructible. The monster is about to finish off the berserker with one clear blow that should cut in half anyone who stands in its way. The warrior is already preparing to meet his fate and accept his death, but suddenly the blow of this monster stops. Emily jumps on the beast and quickly freezes it, commenting on how some allies are incredibly helpless. She prepares to destroy the Blood Nightmare's creation, and says that this enemy does not pose a threat. She will scold her allies, saying that they are too pathetic, and it is a shame that she went into the dungeon next to such worthless people. Oh, having destroyed the spawn of Nightmare, she calls her allies pathetic trash. Yet, despite her self-importance, the Blood Nightmares continue to respawn as if nothing had happened to them. The sorceress says that these creatures are too fast, and she does not have time to cast a spell to destroy them all. Vincent states that if the sword is useless against them, then it is better to finish them off on the spot with another spell, and rushes forward. After preparing himself properly, he decides to use the Big Bang skill to conquer a huge area at once. The sorceress says that the Big Bang is a spell that is cast at a higher level, and is difficult to cast so quickly. She also asks herself how a first-level player is able to achieve such outstanding results. Meanwhile, the Bloody Nightmare still remains undefeated, and continues to rise again to destroy the trespassers. Several of the creature's minions rush forward to sink their razor-sharp teeth into Vincent's body. Vincent lets them get closer, then lets out a battle cry that instantly stops them, albeit for a very short time. The Blood Nightmare's creatures are shocked and remain frozen in place for a time, stunned. Vincent, meanwhile, rushes forward, entering a berserker state that doubles his speed and strength. Using punches, he crushes yet another handful of opponents with incredible ease and grace. Despite this, he finds that the pieces of his opponents that were left behind by his blow are beginning to come back together. He turns back and realizes that this time the creature has decided to transform into something more expressive. In a few seconds, a huge block, several tens of meters high, appears in front of him. The sorceress looks at this monster in surprise, wondering what is wrong with this monster and why it has become so big. Vincent suggests that these monsters have gathered into one large creature to deal with them all at once. The sorceress states that this monster is too strong for this location, as the creature is now a royal-level creature. Vincent talks about how Bloody Nightmare can imitate its opponent and wonders who the king-rank monster is imitating. Meanwhile, the blood giant stretches out his hand forward to grab the annoying opponent and crush him. The force of this blow is simply incredible and causes a small earthquake. However, the main character somehow miraculously manages to dodge this attack and jump back to a safe distance. Vincent assumes that, apparently, this monster decided to imitate him, which means that dealing with it will be extremely problematic. Emily shows her confidence and rushes forward, recommending that the others step aside. She claims that she will deal with this monster without any problems and destroy it in just a few minutes. Bloody Nightmare turns his attention to Emily and prepares to attack again, but the girl decides to take the initiative. Emily runs forward quickly, dodging her opponent's attacks and jumping onto his body as quickly as possible. It doesn't take more than a few moments before she jumps into the air to get the perfect angle for her attack. Bloody Nightmare looks at his opponent and realizes that he won't have time to make any additional efforts to knock her down. All he can do is try to defend himself, and that's what keeps her from hitting him right in the head. Vincent continues to watch his ally with surprise and admiration, noting that she was able to freeze his claw with incredible ease. However, this is clearly not enough to send a monster like the Bloody Nightmare to the next world. Readying itself for another decisive attack, the monster lunges forward to grab Emily and neutralize her. Emily looks at her opponent in surprise, realizing that she did not expect such incredible durability, cunning, and dexterity from the Bloody Nightmare. She tries to block the direction of the blow with her weapon, causing her sword to bounce to the side, and she herself only miraculously manages to catch it. However, her balance is strong enough to keep it and land softly on her feet. She continues to carefully analyze her opponent and understands that this will not work, and she urgently needs to change tactics. She recalls that not long ago the guards told her that they had detected the energy of this mud, which was extremely unstable. They asked her if she was sure she wanted to go there alone, adding that it would be much easier with allies. Emily said at that moment that her goal was to conquer the place that was the highest level of the Abyss Tower.
The Chevy Equinox is more than an SUV. It's your cool down,
You have arrived.
your surprise for mom, and your weekend escape. It's your Equinox with everything on one screen. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Trapped underwater with zombies closing in. She spots a hidden pipe for a quick escape.
However, She reflected that her progress was still not high enough, and she was hopelessly behind her older siblings. The girl prepares to repel another attack from her enemy, and understands that there is one simple truth. From her point of view, if he has difficulty in cleaning up without this, she is not worthy of her great family name, which bears incredible pride. The monster tries to make another devastating attack to crush its opponent in the blink of an eye. However, none of this works for him, as Emily creates a special frost shield that has incredible strength. Vincent continues to watch what is happening without interfering, as per Emily's request. At this moment, the Ice Swordswoman herself calls upon a special power that helps her strengthen her abilities and increase her performance. Moments later, she drops the frost flag to the ground to increase her speed, including that of her allies, by 50%. The ground that touches the wooden flagpole immediately begins to freeze and spread in different directions, thus demonstrating incredible strength. A little later, a huge ice wave appears from Emily's side, which immediately absorbs the Bloody Nightmare, who did not have time to dodge it. The huge monster turns into an ice statue in the blink of an eye. But Emily realizes that the battle is not over yet, and now she needs to deliver the final blow. Rushing forward, she realizes that if the ice doesn't kill the monster, it will at least hold it off long enough for her to launch a series of attacks. Without a second thought, she rushes forward to perform a comet strike and deal a crushing defeat to this giant. Vincent continues to watch what is happening and says that he did not expect to see the power of God's chosen profession. He also wonders who will be stronger after all, while Emily realizes that her incredibly strong attack still has no effect. Emily's self-confidence and arrogance are indeed at a high level, which cannot be said about her fighting skills. Despite her best efforts, she was unable to cause any serious damage to the Blood Nightmare, leaving the monster still in full combat readiness. The giant monster attacks again, seeking revenge for the obvious insult it has just suffered. Emily continues to dodge the swift attacks and ponders how her strength still cannot compare to that of her siblings, and she begins to insult herself, realizing that she is the owner of a great family name, but still feels like an outcast and the weakest link. Words flash through the warrior's mind that she is a disgrace to the family, and should not leave the house because it is too dangerous without her. Emily realizes that to stop this from happening, she must become stronger, even if she has to start from an easier place. She confidently declares that she must deal with this monster herself, no matter what, to prove to herself that she is worthy. Thus, she manages to overcome her opponent's resistance and deliver a powerful blow to her enemy. However, her sword breaks. Vincent is surprised by such a sharp change in the balance of power and understands that now his ally will have a hard time. Emily herself understands that she has driven herself into a very uncomfortable position, because of which she can now not dodge the attack. Bloody Nightmare immediately decides to take advantage of this and delivers a powerful attack on the girl who came too close. Emily feels incredible pain that permeates her entire body, and hopes that someone will come to her aid in this difficult moment. The sorceress assumes that the Bloody Nightmare has just killed Emily, and suggests running to save her life. Meanwhile, Nightmare prepares to deal with her opponent and takes out her other hand to deliver a crushing blow. Vincent, realizing that he needs to prevent the irreparable and disrupt his rival's plans, acts decisively. He lunges forward, extending his arms to cast fire magic and interrupt the enemy's attack. The sorceresses and other members of the battle group look in surprise at the giant piece of the monster that falls towards them. It's only by a miracle that they manage to run to the side and discover that the Bloody Nightmare has lost his arm, as if it had been cut off. Emily quickly comes to her senses and gets to her feet to look around and figure out what she needs to do. However, her attention is immediately drawn to Vincent, as he was able to impress this queen with his powers. Meanwhile, the main character himself rushes forward to continue distracting the monsters and give his allies time to regroup. He also uses the skills from the Seeing Eye to find weak points in his opponent's body and take advantage of them. Vincent muses that if this monster reaches the royal level, it will be able to survive under any circumstances and lose all meaning. At this point, he lights a ring that lowers his stats, realizing that there is no point in holding back since their lives depend on it. With his full strength restored, he uses another fireball skill to deal massive damage to his enemy. The Bloody Nightmare rushes towards its opponent to seize them with its jaws. Vincent continues to maneuver, dodging one after another to delay his opponent and wear him down. The sorceress says that Vincent is incredibly fast and acts as if he is not a garbage man, but some kind of extra-class player. Vincent, meanwhile, continues to masterfully dodge every attack his opponent throws at him. With incredible grace, he lands on his feet, then takes an extra sideways jump to avoid area damage. He realizes that once he can find the Blood Nightmare's weak spot, they will all be saved. At this point, he sends several fire blasts into his opponent's body at once to find the weak spot.
There is no shield.
Behold the glory of the Zalat!
Vincent reflects with disappointment that no matter what part he blows up, it still grows back, and he still hasn't noticed any weak spots on his body. After a few moments, the idea occurs to him that perhaps this creature is being controlled remotely, and he turns to his comrades. He asks them to kick him a stone tablet that was in the blood bowl and contained some data. Taking proper aim, the warrior kicks the tablet towards him so that it reaches its target accurately. The system notifies Vincent that he has passed the intelligence test and says that by deciphering the ancient spell, he will be able to lift the curse. Vincent only has time to read this much before the bloody nightmare suddenly decides to intervene and reaches out with his hand to grab the stone slab. Without thinking twice, he immediately sends this slab into his mouth, and it immediately disappears into his jaws. An eerie glow begins to emanate from his body, and the system reports that the bloody nightmare has entered invincible mode. Emily wonders what happened and why the monster froze, to which Vincent replies that they are in big trouble. The protagonist states that now this monster has entered an invincible mode, which means that its skills have been significantly enhanced. Emily finally decides to approach him and says he looks familiar, asking if they could have met somewhere before. Vincent looks at her in surprise and says that they met 2 years ago in business, and back then he was a garbage man who earned experience points. He also states that Emily witnessed him gain his first experience point in his life, and Emily remembers everything. She says that she has now remembered everything and tries to guess the name of the main character, calling him William, after which he corrects her. She kindly says that she had no idea that he would already be able to replace the profession. Vincent smiles and says that he is now a level 1 scavenger thanks to being able to accumulate the required amount of experience. Emily looks closely at her comrade and realizes that he has risked his life and accumulated points time and time again. She also notes that this is why he became so strong, and if you think about it, he even surpasses her in strength. Emily smiles and then says that even after all that effort, his profession doesn't sound very scary or cool. Afterwards, she recovers her sword, saying that the tablet will circulate inside Bloody Nightmare's body and she can freeze him. She also suggests a plan where she freezes the body while Vincent tries to find the tablet to retrieve it. Vincent says that one head is good, then holds out his fist to her, saying that they can defeat this monster together. Emily looks at the lucid Vincent and realizes that he has a fighting spirit that she can respect. After this, she extends her fist to him with a smile, saying that everything will work out if he doesn't get in her way with his feet. Other members of the battle group say that they may not be as strong, but they are still ready to fight to the end. Vincent praises his allies for their enthusiasm and says that they should go together, and that way they will definitely get out alive. Meanwhile, Nightmare is almost done with his transformation procedure and is preparing for battle to destroy his enemies. Vincent analyzes his opponent and says they have 5 seconds before he goes into invincible mode, otherwise it will be a real massacre. After this, he states that these 30 seconds are their last hope, and they must return alive, no matter what. Berserker, watching what is happening, slowly repeats the last words he heard from the lips of the protagonist. Immediately after this, he raises the morale of himself and his allies, saying that they will definitely return alive. Emily also receives this major boost, feeling her weakness completely disappear and her regeneration rate increase by 15%. She turns away as Vincent continues to celebrate with his comrades, recharging himself with the incredible atmosphere of camaraderie. Emily smiles, realizing that even garbage men, who at first glance are just pathetic bugs, should not be underestimated. After this, she reunites with her squad and orders the soldier to monitor the monster's fury and keep it on him. The warrior immediately attracts the giant Bloody Nightmare's attention by giving it the middle finger to further insult it. This action is quite bold, especially considering the incredible size of the Bloody Nightmare that has been growing all this time. Compared to this monster, even a 2-meter berserker seems like just a bug, capable of nothing but being crushed. Emily, however, does not lose hope and asks the sorceress to target the enemy's regrown claws and cover Vincent. The girl decides to use a special spell to restore her mana and increase its potential. Immediately after this, she concentrates properly and releases several energy beams towards the enemy. The Bloody Nightmare feels the numerous damages that its body receives and begins to gradually dissolve. Vincent says that the stone tablet will help end the trial, but if it is destroyed by the fireball, the trial will never end. Emily takes this information into account and asks him what they should do in this case. Vincent realizes that it is time to act with maximum determination and says that he can take out this monster with one hand. Emily guesses what he's getting at, realizing that this is pure madness, laced with incredible risk. She asks him if he really wants to go back into that monster's stomach and get that tablet himself. Vincent is preparing for this incredible challenge and
To the NPC, if you just click here, that's cool. I don't have to like guess and try to find it on my own, so we can get to the action faster. A hammer to enhance, but they give you a hammer to wake someone up. That's interesting. Drink awakening potion. Doesn't look like it's good for me.
says it is exactly what he wanted to do. Emily tries to figure out how desperate this man is that he decided that jumping into the mouth of a giant monster was a good idea. However, she realizes that they have no other choice and turns to the shooter, ordering him to aim at the roof above the monster's head. She also says that they need to make a ladder so they can get out, and the archer immediately accepts this command. Without thinking twice, he fires a quick shot that is destructive enough to cause a collapse. The bloody nightmare tries to return after this attack, but did not realize that he was not the target of this shot. Emily rushes forward, saying that she will freeze the lower half of this enemy's torso to help her team. Vincent says that he agrees with this course of action, after which he asks to leave everything else to him personally. How they both rush forward.
Sneaky Rito. Not doing Edge Lord. We could do a no. We could do this, or could start the game with Frost Touch. We have, first of all, we have Shadow Clone. Actually, use this for that. Okay, that's Shadow Clone Nar with Ginzo. Okay, that's a pretty wild opener. Now we just need Frontline. Rot here. Oi. Pong opener. What does the weight for Power Snap stand for? It's chance to appear, but I think Meta TFT actually lists them as percentages nowadays. I think they don't have the weight system anymore. Welcome to the balance train. So what should we do with money? What should we do with so much money? Is that supposed to be a lucha dog? What kind of sentence structure is that? Of course. Of course that's a wrestling duck. Yeah, there are new encounters. One has like... I mean, we are currently in loot sub, right? There's an encounter with... a beach ball. There's also a bugged encounter. Apparently there's an encounter with more units on the carousel, and for some reason there's a guaranteed spatula in stage 2, 3, and 4. Give me the money! So that might be a good way to sneak some emblem gameplay. Yep, balanced. Aren't there things that they wear masks? I mean, we do want to see the duck. We do want to see the duck, my friend. The mask, like, I remember when we tried to do like, it wasn't like the Empyrean skin. It's just like, you have to take a certain amount of creative freedom to properly showcase the character. Because otherwise it's just gonna look cringe. Wait, the decreased duration on Nico means it's the same effect, but so she heals faster in a shorter amount of time, I assume. So it should be a buff overall. Give me the money. Oh god, that is so stupid. How much money do I have? 9 gold and 7 gold. So 16 gold and 3 fights. Have fun. This is a very balanced strategy, by the way. 16 golds in stage 2 in 3 fights. Ah, I wanted that. Is Lucian carry a thing now? I don't know. Lucian 3 was buffed because he was underperforming. And he did lose Bullet Hell as his opener. So I don't know if I would go as far as calling this a buff.
You got something to say?
Okay. Okay, okay.
Pre. 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 Tinik mo ako, par. Par. Kita rinig, par. Okay ka lang ba dyan, par? Tangina, hindi mo ako pinapansin kanina. Di kita marinig, par. Ayun! Huwag ka galit! Ha? Ah, okay. Di mo ako pinapansin kanina. Puta yan na naglalaro ang gago. Tapos puta yan na. Gago yun. Kumain na lang ako. Hmm? Platinum na nga ako dito eh. Tangin ng Erp. Tangin na, Shinji. Tangin ng Shinji yan. Sino? Baba tayo, par. Ikaw ikaw makipag-usap diyan sa Jarvan, putang ina kayo. Pupunta sana dito yung Vayne, eh. Kayo ng Jarvan diyan mag-usap, buwisit. Ah, ah. Tangina, lakas mo par, ah. Oh. Ha? Ano? Aray. Umuwi na yung ano, Morgana. Ang tagal naman ng ano, ng cooldown nito. Parang di erp. Ah. Uwi na ako par. Dekado ako dito, eh. Uy, muntik na. Tangina par. May isang may isa akong ano ba, yung parang friend sa Facebook. Tapos maganda siya par, maganda siya. Ah, nag-post siya ng picture niya, sabi niya, iBugs parang, ah, Ilonggo language tapos ang sabi niya, parang nilalako niya yung ano niya, yung iBugs. Oo, parang, iBugs for sale sabi niya gano'n. Puta nagtanong na ako magkano. Putang ina nagalit tapos in-unfriend ako, bad trip. Bad trip ako tuloy nun, putang bad trip ako nun, putang ina, gago. Sira ulo na babae yun. Ako dede nun, putang ina, totoo lang. Tangina, duling. Duling ko dun. Sino? Si Fizz? KS? Akin yun eh. Let's go, uwi na. Patay tayo dyan. Ha? Mga gago play. Sa pool, syempre. Ah! Dalo. Nag-change lane sila par. Nag-change lane. Change lane din tayo par. Nag-change lane mga gago. Tatakbo ka. Sayang. Tangina ka par. Takbo ka na din. Yan ang ibig sabihin yan par. Gago tayo. Sige par, huliin mo. You are godlike. Buti na, binigay ko yan sa'yo. Parang hindi na naman ako makakatulog nito ah. May trabaho pa ako mamaya eh. Puta nila. Alam mo, oras ako nagising kanina. 8:00 na. At pinagtulungan nila ako. Gago kayo ah. Yung lane nyo, iniwan nyo para dito. Tangina yan. Gago ka DJ. Tangina, hindi ko natamaan. Bobo ko naman dun. Oo nga eh. Silencio. Habulin mo par. Tutulong pa eh oh. Tayo na dinaanan na. Tangin na yan. Tignan mo yung chinat ko par. Sira ulo din ako eh. Ay, pota. Labanan na lang kita. Sira ulo ka ba? Ang Lisandra, ipal dito eh. Ulol! Di puta. Potang ash to. Hindi pa nila nawasak yung tore natin par. Ah, okay na. Hintayin na natin yung dragon, no? May dragon, no? Kunin ko yung dragon. Paano ba palabasin yung ano, par? Nawalan sila ng gana, puta. Paano i-summon to, par? 4? Di naman eh. Herald. Ayan ang tumaba. Yes na nga ako yo. Isa pa. Last game. Tutulog na ako. Kawawa naman ako. Bakit? Iba naman sa iyo eh.
In carnage, I bloom like a flower in the dawn.
Masakit to pag ano no? AP. War. Putay na, kung wala lang ako vitamins, patay na ako siguro. Tangina, Lisandra na naman. Ano ang ah,
Our performance begins. I've been asked to do so many forward performances. I get nervous before every performance, but I need that feeling.
baba tayo. Ha?
Filth and muck.
Nakapatay naman ako isa eh.
An ally has been slain. Minions have spawned.
Nakapatay ako isa pa. Pero wala, ba't walang XP? Wala XP, nakapatay tayo.
This would be easier if blood came in more colors.
Wala kahit. Bakla ka pala eh.
My justifies
Ito
all.
mga kasa.
Enemy killing spree.
I like.
Ay, hindi ako makalapit. Tangin na yan, hindi ako makalapit.
I provide catharsis for my clients and my victims.
Tangin na, hindi naabutan. Ah! Sakit! Sakit pa, sakit!
Enemy rampage. Killing spree.
Di ako nakapag-ignite, puta. Sakit naman ni Leblanc. Na-ignite ko sana yun, patay yun eh.
A costume, some makeup, a spray of blood.
Oh. Par.
Only to the audience do I show my true face.
Ah!
An enemy is unstoppable.
Ay na ba? Ano sabi, matulog ka na. Matulog
It's
ka
so
na.
difficult to work under these conditions. I knew we would find it eventually. Face the crowd. Plead for them. Lord, shall we not surrender? pure. Life has no meaning. Shouldn't have. Prepare for the finale.
Enemies dominating.
Yan na yan. Tahimik tayo bigla para.
Ally has been slain.
Cannot resist it.
Na yan. Pang inang mga mage yan eh. Huh.
Yes, the gun
Thank
is
you.
ironic.
No. Kaya talaga ako pa level 6 pa.
Ally has been slain.
A killer show. They are puppets. I pull their strings.
Double kill.
Ay na hindi.
I am the singer without a voice, the dancer without legs.
An ally has been slain.
Which is the lie? The mask or my face? With my technique, killing blooms into artwork. The face
Tahimik tayo ah.
is identical to mine.
Tayo na naging seryoso. Yun lang.
The work is what matters. Now that is what I want to see. Art requires a certain cruelty. Your final scene begins. One. when they see me.
Enemy double kill. Shut down.
I swear each performance is the last, but I lie every time.
You are on a killing spree. Shut down.
Ulul!
An enemy is legendary.
No poet's words could match my craft.
Minsan kasi hindi ko mapindot yung ignite. Ng Shaco yan. Tinulungan mo na, puta. Patay na sana, oh. Di yan pupunta dyan. Pupo. Pupo talaga, puta.
That delightful moment before the curtain goes up.
Patay na sana yun, puta. Dapat nung smolder kung sa baba eh.
It is only when the gun fires that I fly. Mark eventually.
Tangin na nag-SS.
Enemy double kill.
Kas tayo pa. Late game.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Napapatay ko din
Your
sila eh.
team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
I envy silence.
Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
Lumalaban na sila, par.
Never falter.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Ginagantihan ko sila isa-isa, par. Gaganti ako. Lich Bane ba to siya, par? Na yan.
Never falter. Never falter.
An enemy has been slain.
Ah, sino yung nahabol mo, par? Ang dami. Dami. Pinatay ang Shaco. Shaco, no?
Rampage.
Smiles and screams.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Shut down.
Tangina mo.
Never falter.
An ally has been
Down.
slain.
Pinarabadon na to.
Focus.
Apple din yung iliblank eh.
Your inhibitor has respawned.
Let's start the show.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Prepare.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Ang nang Shaco yan. Sarang Shaco. Oo nga, oo nga. Hayop ka, 2:00 na. Tangina ka. Nahihilo ako, puta. Nahihilo ako mag-ano, yung tawag dito, dami kong ginagawa ngayon. Ba-bad trip ako, may mag-order ng ano, ng junior. Tangina, tinitignan ko kung sino nag-order. Pagkakita ko hindi ano,
Wait.
umiinit ulo ko. Accept. Yung Xbox pala par, ano na par? Magiging PC na yung Xbox ba?
Hello?
Tangina, pag ganyan, Xbox na naman.
Ready.
A clever fox is never caught.
Gusto, kunin mong daga. Swap tayo. Ah. Okay.
Let's create new memories together.
Ay, di. Mali yung ano ko, skill. Tangin na yan. Naglalag pa.
I still remember his laugh.
Tara. Oh.
I'll remember that, you know. Life is shorter than you think. like this horse, I am one. Feel this. Give me your heart.
Has been slain.
Wala pa ako tapon pa. Kaya lang.
Cloud fruit could erase that.
Una ko lang tong lamok.
Just for you.
Huliin mo lang. Dalawang huli, oh.
Quick as a fox.
An enemy has been slain.
Di, palisin mo ng tore.
An enemy has been slain.
Para masaya. May repolyo ba? So, chop suey.
Oh, don't go. You should have left home years ago. Come closer.
Oh, may cartus dito. Ito na lang. Pili ka na lang. Kaya lang, kuha lang ako boots pal. May na yung takbo eh.
Light on my feet. So much I want to see for myself.
Tangin na, trip na naman tayo. Kanina ang tahimik natin. Dahil talo.
I lived and lived.
Wala.
Oh, don't go. Come closer.
Tara, patayin natin yung repolyo par.
I wander, but I'm not lost. I don't know.
An enemy has been slain.
Tangin ng assist yan. Ang dami kong assist. Tagatapon lang ako ng langis sa
There
sahig.
you are. Come to see new sights with me.
An enemy has been slain.
Refreshing.
Pataba ka lang par. Ayan na. Ayan na sila par. Ayan na. Takbo.
Lives are so sweet.
Tara ba? Life muna. Life. Yun ang gawin natin. Parang Manny Pacquiao ba?
We'll be back.
May weather pala. Jab. Tapos takbo. Baka dito sila pa dito.
Killing spree.
Yak yan sa'yo. Wala na. May nanalo na sa boxing. Oh. Panalo naman parati yun. Kita mo, hanggang talo. Puta.
Quick as a fox.
Shut down.
Ah! Buhay ako. Buhay ako! Ba't mo pa binuhay?
It's more fun together, don't you?
Ayun o. Oh, din. Salamat. May palamok. Sa kanya papar.
So do I. There you are. Come to see new sights with me.
Umuwi ka na, baka mag-ulti ka Cartus pa.
We'll be back soon enough.
Tangin na, nakuha niya pa. Mag-anti-magic ako para
I'll have them chasing
hindi
their
masyadong masakit yung mga gago.
Everything's more fun.
Baka mag-ulta. Oh, nag-ult na.
Oh, there you are.
Mamaya malakas na
Come
yan.
see new sights with me.
Unstoppable. An ally has been slain. Double kill.
Wala akong flash!
Rampage.
Kaya mo na yan.
Godlike.
I am famished. I'll cherish these memories forever. Just for you.
Legendary.
We'll be back soon enough.
Okay lang. At least, di ba? Tapos agad. Ayun siya sa top.
Live with no regrets.
Kita ka par.
Shut down.
Ayun na yan. Wala na. Wala na nag-damage. Hintayin natin siya mabuhay par. Lagyan natin ng mga wards dito. Kaya mo na yun. Ayun, ayun.
place reminds me of home.
Ba't tayo?
An ally has been slain.
Ay, may kasama. Hindi, umuwi siya para.
Remember
Ay,
this
ay,
moment.
ay. Ikutan mo dyan.
Son. See new sights with me?
Hayop ba tayo, par?
Don't worry. We'll be back soon enough.
Nag-SS pang
Everything's
cartoon.
more fun together, don't you think?
Nawasak niya ba? Gusto niya wasakin ng ano, ang top.
Many memories are with
50. Oy! Ayan na siya, may kasama siya dyan.
Dominating.
Yung Kartos kasi visit. Doon ako sa Kartos nakatingin eh.
An enemy has been slain.
Pag mag 20 deaths na yung brand par, sabihin natin report. Report brand, report feeder.
Huh. That was an experience. Not my favorite. I'm living my best
Ako
life.
na.
Here I come.
Na kaya niya kapar. Ay, kaya mo naman.
Slain an enemy.
Once more.
Sumasakit na siya.
There you are. Come to see new
Magrabad
sights
doon
with
na
me.
ako siguro.
An ally has been slain.
Para
An enemy
mas
has
makati.
been slain.
17 deaths.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Light on my feet. I still remember this laugh.
Kaya natin yan, par. Ay, oh, ito.
Not gonna fall.
Gigil ka, ha? 18 deaths. 18 deaths po, tangin na yan.
Don't worry. We'll be back soon enough.
Bobo ka, Brand.
Every animal hungers for something. Everything is more fun together, don't you think?
Gano'n naman siya sa pinipilit niya talaga yung top fire, putangina. Bahala ka diyan. Sobrang dami.
Shut down. Godlike. Legendary. Ally has been slain.
Ito. Ito paro.
Don't worry. We'll be back soon enough.
Sana lang. Sorry.
Victory!
Report brand. Hayop yan. Patay na. Par, bukas, wala naman ako trabaho sa gabi, okay lang. Kahit hanggang 3:00 tayo maglaro. Hayop ka. Oo, para yung mga moment na ganito, putang ina, sayang 'to, eh. Report brand. Ire-report ko 'to, teka lang. Kasi, ano, disruptive. Oo, assisting the enemy. Pinagtutulungan pa natin. Putang Putangina, 20, putangina. Walang assist, oh. Wala pa siyang assist. Mare-report talaga 'yan. Putangina, pero naka 33,000 damage siya, eh. Mas malakas pa siya sa mas malakas pa siya sa ano, sa Nasus. Tsaka sa ano, ano 'to, sa Tryndamere. Basura yung Tryndamere, oh. Putang ha? Putangina yan, gago talaga 'tong Siege na 'to, eh, putangina. Wala kung si Jules kasama natin, si Jules yung bida. Pero 'pag tayo-tayo lang, putangina ang saya. Tanginang Siege yan. Tinatapon sa likod. Putangina, hindi pa ako nakabarabad dun, Makati na sana yung ano, eh. Sino? Sino? Sayang. Ito yung tatanong sa kanya ng league. Bakit wala kang assist? Nagpa-feed. Nagpa-feed. Nagagalit siguro yun sa bahay niya. Putangina, gago ka naman. Ah? Tapos tayo lang yung ano, tayo lang yung 21. Gago. Death niya yan lahat. Isang beses na ako namatay, putangina. Ako sana yung VP. Sige, sige par. Sino nakapatay sa akin ba? Yung si Cartus. Si Cartus pa nakapatay tapos si Cartus dito sa kanila 9. Visit. Sige par, puta ina nice si G. Nice G. Hayop talaga 'pag ikaw kasama ko, gago. Sige, 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 sige.